A common complaint that I hear from family caregivers is that they say their elderly parent is self-centered, self-absorbed, rude, and just downright selfish. Can you identify with that? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you what might be going on and what you can do about it. Hi there, I'm Sophia. Thanks for stopping by. In case this is your first time here and you're not familiar with my channel, I put out weekly videos to help you be a more satisfied, more successful, and more informed family caregiver. Go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss anything. So, this is my dad the second I walk in the door. Go get my hat. Pick up those books. Take me to the bookstore. I want this, I want that, I need this, I need that. And some of you have it even harder because your parents might like to throw in some colorful language and name calling in there, which makes it even tougher. I've heard some people say their parent bosses them around like a slave and are so demanding of their time and get jealous when they're not there. For me, there is no please, there's no thank you. Actually, I don't even remember the last time my dad said please. It's probably been a few years. And sometimes when we're out and about and running errands and I've had to tell my dad I'm really tired because I worked all day and my back is hurting because I've lifted his wheelchair 3 times in and out of my trunk and that I'm just exhausted and I'm not looking forward to the long drive home. He can easily turn to me and say, "But can't we stop for ice cream?" "No, Dad, I'm so sorry, not today." "But I haven't had it for a while. It's just right around the corner." "No, I'm sorry, Dad. I'm really tired today and I just want to go home." "But I'm not going to be here much longer." What? So let's talk about a couple of things that might be going on here. First, I have to remember that my dad had a big life. He traveled the world in the military. He loved to sail his sailboat out on the open sea. He's driven across the United States and even in fact, he even tried to walk across the United States once. He only got 2 or 3 states away and got injured and had to come home, but it was in his soul to have this big life. And his big world started to shrink. First to a community for independent seniors, and then later he had to move into an assisted living, but at least he had friends in a social group there, but he didn't get out much anymore. And then he got even more older and more frail. Now his world has shrank even more to his one tiny little room in his board and care home in a residential care facility where the other 5 residents aren't even able to talk or interact with him at all. He only has the caregivers there to talk to, and of course they're busy. They're helping the other residents there. So I really have to remember that the visits from me and my sister are his entire world. And he probably spends all his time when we're not there thinking of all the things he wants to do and the things that he needs, things that only we can give him. And he does, because the second I walk in the door, he has his list of things to do ready and waiting for me. I kind of have to equate this to my dog Bella. Now, I'm not saying my dad or your parent is like a dog, but it really is a good analogy. When I come home from work, Bella is right there behind the door, waiting for me, so excited, wagging her tail, jumping up and down. And really, all she wants is a little loving. She just wants to, go out and go potty and come in and eat. And I'm the only one who can give those to her. And she's been waiting for me all day. Hey, just like my dad has been waiting a few days for me, and he wants attention, and he wants what he wants when he wants it. Because to him, it must feel like he's been waiting forever. So the first thing to remember is that you are probably the whole world to your parent. And it's a big responsibility. But when you put it into perspective, it makes sense and it makes it a little bit easier to have some empathy for the life that they are now living, and to try to be a little more tolerant of their neediness. The second thing to remember is that dementia can change behavior and sometimes personality, including the ability to remember manners and to be kind and appreciative for the things that we and you do for them. My dad thinks absolutely nothing of burping right out loud in a restaurant or saying something rude about the person in the next table over. He never would have done that before. But his brain, it doesn't work the same anymore. I am definitely not an expert on the brain and what parts of the brain are affected with dementia, but I know what I see, and that is what's important when it comes to interacting with my dad. The proof is in the pudding. If he didn't behave like this before, and he's already been checked out medically and there's nothing wrong with him that they can find, then I can only assume that it's dementia. So you might be thinking that your parent is just rude and self-centered, and this is really having a negative effect when the two of you interact and how you feel towards them. But let me ask you this. If it is dementia and your parent doesn't have the ability to change their behavior and the way they interact with you, would that make it any different for you? Might you be able to ease up on them a little bit? Might you be able to let some things go and not let them affect you so much? What if you just assumed that they were not doing this on purpose and that it was dementia and that they couldn't control it? Would that help your relationship and your interactions? Next time you look at them as if they have an illness and that they can't control their behavior sometimes. Remembering that their world is tiny and that they might have some dementia, it doesn't make the behavior go away, but it might help you not take it so personally. Now, I'm not saying not to say no and not to maintain your boundaries. You need to take care of yourself, of course. I did maintain my boundaries when it came to that ice cream with my dad that day, but I did take him out next time I was there to get him his favorite milkshake. I'm just saying thinking differently about their behaviors might help you out just a little bit, and that is what I'm hoping for you. And don't forget this. Your importance and your helpfulness is not made less by your parents' inability to recognize it. If you haven't been told lately, thank you. Thank you for all that you do. And if you're still wondering if it's dementia, then go ahead and take a look at this video on top. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any new videos on everything senior related. Thanks so much for watching today. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you next time.